Hello everybody, like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily contents. Yes, people, welcome to LFC Red Forever channel. Before we start, please hit that subscription button, notification button, and like button. Please follow us on our social medias, which are Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, of course. So I'm going to bring out my first guest, which is Ryan. We're going to be obviously talking about ins and outs of Liverpool Football Club and Jude Bellingham as well. So bear with us, bear with us. What's going on, Mr. Ryan? Are you okay, bro?
Hi, mate. I'm good. It's good to be back. It's been a long time since I've been in this office, so yeah, it's good to be back on the show.
Nice one, bro. Nice one. I'm glad to have you back, bro. And we've got Raphael. So us three have been we've done a show before together. What's going on, Raphael, man?
What's up, Fozzie, man? It's happy to be back. It's been a minute.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So the first, obviously, subject we're going to be talking about Jude Bellingham, as we discussed off there, is an option for Liverpool again from Sky Germany. This is where I heard it from. He's pushed the transfer towards Liverpool, so he wants to join Liverpool and this season, I believe, and it's just about the financial package with Dortmund. They said if Liverpool pay the right price, they can have him. If they don't, they want to sign him into a new contract. But the twist is on this, like if he stays another season with Borussia Dortmund, we can buy him next season with a buyout clause of 80 million. But what do you think, Raphael? Like FSG originally pulling out, then you know this is happening now.
I honestly think right now with the way we're trying to shift the team and with the current profile of players we have at the club, I don't think it's a good investment this summer. I cannot say next summer because it depends on how we spend our money this summer. The structure of the team, what profile midfielders we're buying, do we add another defender? So I think it's interesting that they have kind of drawn their line in the sand and Borussia Dortmund is willing to come down off the price tag next year.
Yeah.
So it's tough. I think it's very typical of Liverpool to not take their hat out the ring just yet.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. So I would say it's a good position to be in to still be in contention to sign him since he wants to play for Liverpool.
Yeah. So what are you, Ryan? What do you think? Because I remember as soon as you know FSG pulled out, he said let's do a stream. I just didn't have the time at that time. But what do you think? Like you know, FSG first, them pulling out of the transfer, and now you know we could talk about Bellingham transfer right now. What's changing and all that stuff.
Well, I found the whole thing quite interesting. I said at the time, if you remember before the Paul Joyce article, like that week running up to it, it was that Jude had made his decision, weren't it? And it was like, oh, bid's going to go in. I think Jack Talbot, the same bloke from Sky Germany, was saying that we've not left the table. It was like going on, you know, Liverpool have put a bid in. And then Paul Joyce came out and obviously just rubbished it all and was like, no, FSG are pulling out. I said at the time, before the Paul Joyce article, I said the next thing that comes out, I'll be rubbishing it. just, putting a bed to all of this, hysteria that was going around. Because you've got two reasons. One, Borussia Dortmund are obviously in a title race in the Bundesliga. It's hugely disrespectful to be talking about their prize asset whilst they've got literally 5 cup finals left before they can win potentially their first Bundesliga literally since Klopp. And then 2, how many times down the years have we seen us pull away from a transfer after the Van Dijk thing? Alisson, we put out an article, Paul Joyce, saying that we weren't interested in him. Thiago, we did it with. Luis Diaz, we did it with. I think there's an element of it of being respectful towards Borussia Dortmund and what they've got left. And I think there's also a bit of that tactical ploy to be like, well, if we distance ourselves, we can't be coming across as disrespectful. We don't come across as that we've been meeting the player on, Blackpool Leisure Beach like we did Van Dijk. And it just it takes us away from it. Because at the end of the day, the window doesn't open until, a few months in the future. And the last thing you want to do after 2 years of hard work of recruiting this player, keeping your relationship with Borussia Dortmund in a space of 2 to 3 weeks because there's a few rumours going around in the news. The last thing you want to do is burn all that down by going, yeah, he's coming in the summer, we've signed him. And then all of a sudden, all of around Dortmund's last 6-7 games it was at the time, are all cup finals. All the talk is week in, week out is, did you hear that Jude's going to Liverpool? Liverpool have more or less confirmed it. That's so disrespectful, isn't it, to the football club? 100%. So I get why we've briefed the media that way. But as Raf said before, you also have to look at the potential. Is it just a genuine article of we feel like we need to spend that money, better and elsewhere on maybe 3 to 4 players rather than, just Jude? So
you're spot on, Ryan. Because I was about to alert to that. I was going to ask you guys a question about the players that if the option is he can wait till next season, and then we can sign 3 to 4 players this season for the cheap as well. There's players like Gravenberch, everybody knows about, we're interested in, and there's players McAllister out of Brighton. And I'm vouching for that guy, Caicedo, guys. Please jump on board on that train. You saw him yesterday. I've been saying it for a while, man. Listen, I don't go into transfers in regards to players and, I'm on the Jude Bellingham train or anything like that. But when I watch Caicedo, it's what we need in that midfield. He could play as a 6 and he could play as an 8. I mean, we could rest Fabinho majority of the season next season as well. If we just concentrate, on the Champions League and the Premier League, if we're going to get into both, or just the Premier League in general. But yeah, there's Gravenberch, McAllister, Caicedo, and there's who else was it? There was another one. There's
Kone.
Yeah. So what players do you like? If I give you 3 players, Ryan, what players do you want, bro?
Obviously
3 players.
If we were spending the Jude Bellingham on 3 players.
If we wait for Jude Bellingham next season and buy those players now, for the
transfer. So for me, it would be Alexis McAllister. I think he's the ideal sort of understood. He's maybe disrespectful considering he's a World Cup winner, but I think he's the perfect player to slot into that Thiago role once Thiago obviously moves on. Then I'd be looking at Manu Kone. I think he's that cheaper, not a version, but he's a cheaper alternative to a Caicedo, and the likelihood is you're not going to be able to sign 2 players from the same club. I think Brighton's situation this summer will probably be whichever one gets sold first, the other gets kept. So if we can sign McAllister early doors, it means that none of our rivals can get Caicedo as well, but the likelihood is we probably won't. So for me, it'd be Manu Kone. And then the last one, if we're persisting with this 3-2-2-3, for me, I'd be looking at a player to slot into that Henderson sort of right centre mid role. The one that plays just ahead of Trent. And I honestly, I'm a massive fan, and I just think Mason Mount would be ideal for that. That right centre mid role.
Well. There's Mason Mount and Gallagher, those 2 players. Yeah. Would you
Conor Gallagher's a good player? I don't get the hate around Conor Gallagher. I don't think he's a bad player at all. And to be fair to him, as far as pressing goes, and and the counter pressing that Klopp's mentioned again in the press conference before Forest, saying that is the identity. He's literally perfect. It's just you've got literally a better version of him, which is his mate in Mason Mount, who's just a better Conor Gallagher, and you'd go for the better version and the lesser version, wouldn't you? So yeah, for me it'd be them. It'd be Alexis McAllister, Manu Kone, and Mason Mount.
That's a nice shot, man. Nice shot. What about you, Raphael, brother? Who do you like? Say four. I'll give you four. We can't hear you, bro. Something is disconnected.
My bad.
Yeah.
My four are kind of like out of bounds a little bit, so bear with me. Gravenberg, I'm big on. I think he would be a good low-cost option, regardless on what budget that we're operating on this summer.
Mm-hmm.
I also think we should take another look in the Bundesliga and look at Leipzig for Amadou Haidara. I think he can play he can cover that real estate, help cover that real estate behind Trent.
Yeah.
Which would be huge. That I think would be massive. I also like the possibility of I guess you would say more so a flexible defender for the summer. Someone who can play fullback and center back, rather that be left back or right back.
Yeah.
Just the flexibility. And that could be someone like Jurgen Timber, but he is a little bit shorter than desired. And St. Just at Sporting is also a good option for that. He plays in the back three, though.
Yeah.
And I think McAllister would be the icing on the cake as the Thiago replacement. And I think with the two cheaper options of Haidara and Gravenberg, it puts us in a situation where we can spend a 50-60 on a player and not put ourselves in a tight spot. And if we want to move in January for somebody, we can, but also position ourselves where we have money in the bank to cash in the next window.
Yeah, nice one, bro. Nice one. Yeah, welcome to the channel, Anton, man. Well, you're a bit late, but it's cool, bro. We're talking about Jude Bellingham in the beginning. We was talking about like there's a twist at the moment with him wanting to come to Liverpool, and if that option doesn't, I can't hear you, Anton. We can't hear you. And if that option doesn't happen, we can't hear you, bro. Can you hear me though? Yeah. Hang on. 1 second. Yeah, it's much better now. Yeah.
Yes, people. Yeah, sorry. Apologies again.
That's all right, bro. So yeah, we're talking about obviously Jude Bellingham. If that transfer doesn't happen, he will come next season as a marquee signing. What 3 to 4 players would you want this season for the cheap? To get us into that next level. So Ryan has chosen a few, and Raphael's chosen a few. So I want to ask you the same question.
Hey, then Ryan. How you doing, Raphael?
Hi, so you
guys. Cool. I would. And there's do you know this player called Claudio Kone?
Mm-hmm.
He plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yeah.
Defensive midfielder, but he can. Bro, this guy can do everything, man. He's calm on the ball. He's brilliant. He's got a mad, nasty tackle. He's combatant.
Yeah.
He's about 6'3", and he's got energy to get out on the pitch. I know that that Ryan, what's his name? The one who come from
Gravenberg.
Yeah. He's decent. Don't get me wrong,
yeah.
But he doesn't get around the pitch like this guy does. This guy gets around the pitch when he needs to. And when he's into trouble, he's got the skill to get out of it. Strong, technically gifted, plays for French under-21s, and they're looking to put him into the French team straight away as well, man. So he's going to give Chouameni a problem, man. I'm telling you, he's going to give Chouameni a problem because he looks like he's got belief in his game, like more belief. I think Chouameni's got a little bit of. He might hide himself a little bit. Don't get me wrong. He's present when he plays, but this guy's got a bit of personality about him in his game, if you know what I mean. I would take Mason Mount all day. I would take him. I know people saying their things about him, but the guy can play many positions in the midfield. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Many positions, left or right, centre midfield, attacking midfield. He runs around the pitch. He doesn't give up as well. Good technically, decent, good passer, and he gets goals from midfield. So I don't know why it's not a no-brainer. With Gallagher, he's another one, but he's the B Tech version. I will take him to. I'll take him to. I'll take him all. I'll take all of them. I'll take all of them if it was me. I'll take all of them if it was me. McAllister's another one. McAllister will be like after Mr. Bell and JB. I'm calling JB, right? It'll be for me. It'll be McAllister and that Kone guy.
Yeah. Listen, you guys are more or less are talking about players that I want. Football from the Heart says, True Ryan, we distance to the lower the price also. That's FSG, you know what I mean? We just have to cope with it. We've got no choice, you know what I mean? They're not going anywhere, so we just got to get on with it. I've said, we need another centre-back. I look at Van Dijk at the moment. The other day, I'm worried. When I see Van Dijk, I'm worried. You know what I mean? I think he needs a lot of rest in this next few seasons until he leaves, whatever it is. We need someone similar next to Konate. Because Konate, although he's a beast and he likes to bully people, he's not a thinking defender like we discussed before.
He needs a controller. He needs a controller, the defender. He needs a controller. Libero.
Yeah.
He needs that.
We like the look of that. Is it Inacio from
Giancarlo Inacio at Sporting.
Is he good, this guy?
Yeah. I've noticed you're interested in him. I think
he organised at the back?
Yeah, I think that left because it depends on what we're going to do with this formation going forward, isn't it? This 3-2-2-3. I mean, obviously it's still early doors, and it's been tried out obviously against Arsenal, and it looked decent, and it was it's been used again in the last 2 games, and it looks like it gets better out of what we've got right now. But it makes you wonder, is Robertson still the idea for? Because for me, listen, Robertson's a fantastic footballer and he's been a brilliant servant for Liverpool Football Club. But I've mentioned before on my own channel and on Fozzie's that he is, he's coming to the end. You can see that he's about to, obviously phase out. I mean, the bloke's 28, he's 29 next season. Yeah. Do you really want to be going with him as your left-sided, centre-back? I mean, you see the goal from Neco Williams on the weekend of how far off he is from play, and that's been a repetitive issue. Robbo's. I get it, because sometimes you can ease off because you've got Virgil van Dijk as your mate. Yeah. However, playing as now the centre half, so you are now last line again. You have to be a bit more, a bit more combative, a little bit more forward on the
of course.
For me, I think it needs a more. I mean, Vardiol from Leipzig is probably your ideal, isn't it? He literally slots in perfect at that. But
again, you see him, he's decent, but he's not controller. He's not the controller at the back. Mm-hmm. He's not the controller. There's someone else that says, he does the line who says, go up, mark him, blah, blah, blah. You need that guy. You understand? You need defenders, but you need someone who can lead the line.
Similar to Van Dijk.
Van Dijk is that guy, but you need another guy as well who can command everyone at the back.
That'd be the answer. It'd be Ibu, Van Dijk, Vardiol would be like your ideal 3. But then, like we're saying there, is when Virgil needs that rest, because he's mentioned it so much this season that he thinks he's playing too much football. And you could see against Forest,
it's called machine in it, Ryan. He said that machine or something like that.
What's that one who plays for Frankfurt, centre back?
Evan Ndicka. He looks like he's going to Roma though.
He looked like he could control a little bit as well.
Marino
someone like him would
really
be
cool.
nice, and he'd be a free transfer as well.
Right. So, Raphael, with Ndicka, does he play 2 positions, like a left back and a centre back? That's what I've heard. Is that
he can. I think it's because he's played a lot in the back 3 and he's really flexible. He can play in the center on the back 3. He also can play on the left of the back 3 and then bring the ball out if you need to. He can organize his line, and he's flexible. So I think that's why, in a way, Italy suits his game, because he can shift around the back 3, because he can ping the pass too and bring the ball out. I think that's also why we've been looking at Sporting pretty heavily, because Giancarlo Ignacio is really pretty good too. but Jude St. Just, who plays on the right side of their back three, is really solid. But he has a bit of an injury record. I watched him. I watched both legs of the Juve Sporting in the Europa, and he looked good before he got injured, man.
What do you think about Agate? Because obviously we've been linked with him as well today, haven't we, a little bit?
Oh yeah, I think he's good, but I think very similar to kind of the same thing with him and Caicedo. Very, very, very good players, but at their price point, it's tough to expend that and still need to rebuild the rest of the team, because this rebuild is so much more important than some people may realize, because it's going to be the foundation of our defensive rebuild next summer. Because that's why I kind of mentioned in like my 4 targets, Haidara is another one. Like, I think he would be awesome because he's played in a double pivot. He's also played it right back before, so he can cover that space, and that helps ease some of that pain off of Konate. So you're not banging him out every week. When you also can get some of those structural elements of someone who can sit and protect Thiago or Trent in the 3-2-3, however you want to build up. So I think if we can end up with one defender and at least 2 midfielders, I think we're positioning ourselves correctly.
I look at our midfield. I think it needs like more than 2. I think I've said it. I want Caicedo, I want Ruben Neves, and I want someone else like I don't know.
Ruben Neves is nice.
Yeah, because the reason I say Neves, guys, Thiago ain't any younger, is he? So we need shots from outside the box. When do we even shoot from outside the box? Neves can do that. He could get.
And how many goals we get from midfield?
Yeah, and he could play that number 6 as well. You know what I mean? So he could play his typical like a Klopp player. But it's that third one, that Gravenberch. Like what I've heard is he's similar to Wijnaldum, but he's more like going forward than always going back. If you know what I mean, guys. So and he's only 20, guys. He's only 20. You look at this.
Yeah, of course.
I thought Neves was like 28, 29. He's only 25, 26.
He's only like 25, 26.
Yeah, so
26.
Got like a few years to go.
But with him, right, I feel like he's at Wolves because he's comfortable. You know what I mean? I think if he goes somewhere else, a bigger team, he's capable of going to another team. But going to another team and sitting and going in their regime and going to that kind of rules where you got to run around, I don't think that's him, you know.
Yeah,
I don't think that's him.
I agree with that to an extent, because I feel like in a way he doesn't need a guard dog, but he needs a dog that's going to do the running for him. And that's my thing. And I don't see any midfielder that is worthy of bringing in. Not saying he's not a good player.
Yeah.
They have to be able to play well with Fabinho.
Yeah.
That's super important. I think just whatever variation of that, if that's in a 3, if that's in a 2, however we want to shift that, like they have to play well with Fabinho. And I think that just wouldn't mesh well. I love his passing ability. I think it could fly in a 3, but you would need like a Caicedo, and that's almost kind of like a 3DM. that's the ugly midfield. Like you're winning all your ground dudes with that midfield, but it's you're not super creative. It's a different kind of dynamic.
I'd be interested
to see.
That, yeah, I was just going to say, I'd be interested to see actually how we react to the relegation market as well, because you've got some serious talent which could be up for grabs. I mean, you've got Tyler Adams at Leeds, who's a quality player who I think will definitely be on our radar if Leeds go down. You've got Lavia from Southampton, but obviously you've got the Man City issue that they've got to buy back.
Belakopcha from Southampton is another
you've
one.
You've got Belakopcha over there as well for the centre half option. Obviously, like you said, Foz, you've got Ruben Neves from Wolves. You know, I mean, it's not beyond the realms of possibility of, like, for example, an Onana from Everton if Everton go down. I know obviously it'd be mad for us to see a Liverpool and Everton transfer. It's not happened
Oh, we've done
you know,
it in the
young.
past.
But
Nick Bambi and that.
yeah, but
Yeah,
you know,
Peter
it's
Beardsley.
possible, and I think
Yeah.
you know, obviously he's one that maybe not Liverpool, I suppose, but I think if they go down 09, is definitely going to be one that, you know, attracts interest.
Yeah, of course.
But I think, for me, looking at those teams that could go down, and that's forgetting Forest as well. Actually, Forest have got a few decent players, but for me, mine would be Tyler Adams. Seeing what happens with him, I think he could be a really, really good signing for somebody.
Who's he play for again?
Leeds, you know, the American lad in the centre mid.
Yeah, he's the Leeds.
Yeah, he does get around in that.
Yeah, he captained.
Yeah, he does get around. Mixed race guy.
So when he was just before he got injured, he was averaging around 4 to 4.5 tackles a game, which isn't bad in the Prem when you consider Henderson and Harvey Elliott at the time was setting 1.5 to 2 a game. So.
Sorry, Ron, go ahead.
Well, Mr. Henderson, every time someone mentions Henderson, I just think of bread and butter, man. Bread and butter sandwich. It's the bread and butter
man, that's
sandwich,
mushy
man.
peas all the way.
No. That's complicated. That's green. That's got colour. He's a bread and butter sandwich. I'm telling you, I've been saying it for years. Don't get me wrong, I love the guy. He's a good guy. He's a good captain, good leader. But his football, he lacks a lot, man. He's quite limited. So I'll say he's a bread and butter sandwich for me.
I got a question for everybody.
Go on.
Would you take Philip Billing from Bournemouth? He's been in the English football system long enough where he counts as homegrown too.
Who?
Philip Billing from Bournemouth.
Oh, he looks alright. Yeah. He looks comfortable, man. Where's he play, bro? I don't even know where he plays, but he's comfortable everywhere. Every time I see him on the pitch,
he's bounced around central midfield. I've seen him in a double pivot.
I've seen him false
I've seen
9.
him as an 8. I've seen him as a false 9. I've seen him as a 10.
Yeah, he's useful, man. He's useful. He's very useful.
That's Trader, guys. That's Trader from...
Trader said no way.
Useful player, man. Useful.
You know what? He's not bad. I gotta be Rafael. I gotta be honest. He's not bad. I like him because he's good at possession keeping and he runs forward in the box a lot and scores goals as well. The reason I brought up Ruben Neves is because at Liverpool the issues we're having is we're running players to the ground, right? We do that too much. So I want to have both instead of just having running. If we have technical players as well as players that could run, then we probably can limit running them to the ground. That's why I look at things like that. Thiago, he's got one more season after this one, isn't he? He's got one more season left.
One of my favourite players.
He's back now. Would you play him to the end of the season or just limit his games because he gets injured a lot, Rafael?
I'll limit his game.
I would limit his games.
Yep.
I also think
I concur.
I would limit his games, but I also would offer him a 1-year extension with the club option for 2.
Oh, okay.
Because he buys you a little bit of time to find the right creator for your midfield. You don't really count him as midfield depth because you want the reliance on him should be shifting after this season. Yeah. And I think that positions us perfectly. You give him another year with the club option, depending on how he stay fit. Reduce the wages a bit, and I think you got to kind of, and I honestly just puts us in a position to use him how he was supposed to be used in the first place, for against Madrid, against Inter, against Barca, the matches where we need somebody to just unlock us, chances.
Ryan,
you
can just pull something out of the hat.
Ryan, what do you think of Thiago's reign at Liverpool? Has he reached expectations, or has he failed expectations?
No, I think he's been what for me, he's been what I expected to get. It's not like we were getting someone in 24, 25 prime age kind of thing. It was a player that was known to have a tiny bit of of an injury record, but an absolute technician of the highest level. and was to come in to become a controller. I think really, to be honest, I think us as a club and our poor planning has let him down in the sense of that we've had to play him so much. Like, he played 11 games on the bounce either side of the World Cup before his injury. And Thiago shouldn't be playing that, whether he's playing for Barcelona, Real Madrid.
I believe that too.
He shouldn't be doing that. Like, you think about it yourself. You're 30 years of age. You've done all around the world. You've won everything you can win. You're in there now, basically, to go and play the big games. Yeah, you don't see Modric and Kroos rocking up against Osasuna at home. It's one or the other gets the rest. Yeah. But instead, we're like, right, well, we've got Nottingham Forest at home. I'm not saying obviously we used him, but I'm just giving that as an example of the team. And we were playing him so much, and obviously that
we had no choice.
Yeah, exactly, and it comes from poor planning. However, and this is where I think the link to Alexis McAllister makes perfect sense. If you have Alexis, Thiago, and Curtis Jones probably rotating between the three of them in that left centre mid role next season, you can then literally go, right, Thiago and McAllister, you two are fighting it out for basically who's going to be playing in the big games. The other one's then going to play the majority of the games, and then Curtis, you're there for rotation in, League Cup, FA Cup, European football, whatever we're in, if it's not the Champions League. Yeah. And to give them two a little bit of a breather.
I agree with that. Thoroughly.
And that makes perfect sense because as we've seen since Thiago's come in, our left-sided centre mid is such an important role now. They are the ones that dictate the tempo. The right-handed side is the one that carries and moves the ball to create space for Mo. When you've got a player like Luis Diaz who wants to just stand on the touchline and receive the ball at feet, you need a left centre who's just literally going to get the ball, ping it to him, get the ball, ping it to him, a technician. Yeah. Whereas Mo doesn't want that. Mo wants to be everywhere. So, you need a player like Hendo, who's been good at it, to be fair, overlapping, underlapping, coming short, crossing the ball in for him. Yeah. It's a different profile, isn't it? I think that's where you see the links of Mason Mount make perfect sense going into that right centre mid row. Yeah. So for me, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, McAllister comes in because one, unbelievable footballer, World Cup winner, 24, superb age,
brilliant.
Listen, brilliant. You can go on all day about McAllister. However, it excites me of, well, what can we get out of Thiago then? How much can we rest him? Can we then go and throw him away, in at Old Trafford away, and he just dictates it like he has in the past? And that, for me, that's the excitement about that signing. Is it kills two birds with one stone kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah, Statman Stubbs says, big up boys, how's it going? All good, bro, all good. Please go and subscribe to him if you haven't on the chat, and you guys as well. He's brilliant. His channel is amazing, guys. So please go subscribe to him and give him a chance. Anton, so what do you think of Thiago, man? I know you're a technician guy. I've known you the majority of my life, and that's all you used to talk about since we was kids. So,
bro, come on, bro. I've been following this guy from way back, Barcelona B. You know what I mean? Barcelona B. Been following this guy so much. When I got Instagram, he's one of the first person I followed. That we had the blue tick and that first person. And I sent a couple of messages. And before he left Barcelona to go to Bayern Munich, I was like, out of the blue, I've gone. Good luck in your next move. Been following for ages. I'm sure you do amazingly well. Bro, he liked what I said, and he liked the picture of my sons, bro. I was like, bro, I was so gassed. I was like, I told my missus, no. She goes, you sure it's not one of them fan pages? I go, no, it's got the blue tick, I was gassed. Because I've been watching him for time. He's a footballer. I like to play football. Just that kind of way, you know what I mean? Bit of flamboyance as well, you know what I mean? Of technical
you do have
play.
You do have to pinch yourself sometimes that he actually plays for them.
Yeah. Honestly, when we were looking to sign it, I was like, what is going on here? He's going to play for my favourite team. I've liked this. Watch this guy for time. What's going on there? But I thought I was in the Truman Show or something. In my head, I was like, watching me. Is it just me? I swear to you, I kid you not. I was like, nah, this can't be right. And when we signed him, I was like, oh my gosh, thank you.
And
thank you, man.
Such a good sign.
You know what it is with Thiago, guys? Like, I've said it many times, and probably you guys heard it. Like, it was just, sometimes in life, it's the wrong place at the wrong time. That's what's happened to him. Pandemic hit, and the team was in disarray. We had a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
He wasn't there when the team was in a high. So it's just wrong. It's just it's the timing. Poor guy, man. I feel for him.
I loved it when all the other fans are calling, saying all the memes. He just does the thumbs up and all that, and he's overrated. I said, guys, are you serious? You're just thinking Premiership, man. The guy's been playing top level football all his life.
Exactly.
He got man of the match in the Champions League final.
Yeah.
All his life, he's been playing. In fact, to be real, because the level where Barcelona was at the time. Yeah. And Bayern Munich at the time when he was there, it was like this. You understand? Mm-hmm. You're like this. And he went to Liverpool and he was a bit down because obviously the pandemic and injuries and things like that. And he got the worst luck, man. As Fozzie said.
I still say to this day, we never got to see the best midfield with Thiago. Exactly. And I will always stand by this. Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Thiago. With the right defenders, that midfield would just eat teams away.
Oh, bro. Because I've been saying Fabinho, if it wasn't for... Because he's been overused. We're talking about... Ryan was saying about players being overused.
Yeah.
And our midfield was being overused, being rinsed, bro. Rinsed. Even they got nothing in the tank and said, can you play? Can you play today? Yes, boss. You know what I mean? Rinsed out, man. Overloaded. So injuries set in, that's what's going to happen. We needed the way Klopp plays his football. He needed the people to back him, the board to back him, because when his players run out, you need to put players in, just like it at Mainz, just like at Dortmund. And instead of 7-year business, when you look through that, you see, well, let's look at their midfield. Was it replenished? No. It wasn't. If they replenish, the gegenpress. The amount of running you have to do. Can you remember we used to outrun teams? We wouldn't outplay teams. We outrun teams. They'll say, Wilner done. They said Wilner was doing. How many was he doing? 13 a game, 13 kilometers a game. He was doing that. Can you imagine what Ronaldo was doing?
Exactly, bro. Yeah, we forget as well with Wijnaldum. I remember on Twitter, a lot of fans wanted him to go. They didn't care. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then the same fans are the ones who are saying, "Oh shit, we missed him in the midfield now."
He was so press resistant, man. Oh my gosh.
Exactly, man.
Not only that, he was one of the best runners we had. Yeah. One of the best athletes we had. One of the best athletes we had. All he wanted is a bit more money, and he would have stayed.
Always available, Anton. Always available.
Yeah.
Oh, how many games did he miss? He missed about 3 games in his whole career. I think it was injury. It wasn't even injuries. It was illness.
Yeah.
What rocks my head about it is when you think about it, is Henderson got the extension when Wijnaldum wanted. That's what it translates to. And here goes another one. Would you have rather gave Mane an extension or sign Gakpo?
Mane,
man. I'll give Mane another season, innit? That's what I would have done. Especially with that team, the way they were performing last season, if you know what I mean, guys. You've got to continue with that, don't you? You don't just break it apart.
When you break it down, the only reason why we were able to really sign Gakpo is because they only wanted $8 million up front. And you can structure the rest of the payments however you want, based on incentives and appearances and everything. But that when you figure you spend what you would probably end up less than what you would end up investing over the lifetime of the Gakpo deal between transfer fee and salary, just to get Mane another 2 years.
Exactly, bro. We've got traders saying, I don't want Neves either. Something is off with him. He looks like he's 37. Something up with his birth certificate.
He's got African passport.
I'm telling you, mate. Yeah, I think he's been back home.
He's got African passport.
I'm suspicious about Fabinho, guys. You know what I mean?
Fabinho is another one though.
I'll worry about that guy.
He does look good for a 99-year-old, doesn't it? He does.
Guys, we're gonna go into the ins and outs. So let's do this. It's the second part Oh, this is the final part, so let's do this one. Yeah, so we're gonna do the final part, which is the tier. There you go. It's coming now. This is like, as you can see at the top, who's gonna stay, who's loaned out, squad option, keep for now, and sell immediately. We know there's gonna be a few.
Oh, I like this one.
Yeah. So let's start obviously with the goalkeeper, which is Adrian. What do you guys?
Go.
I'll give it to Ryan first.
Yeah, well, I think to be
Majority
fair,
wins. Sorry, majority wins though. Yeah. So, yeah.
you've got Adrian, Naby, Ox, and Milner, aren't they? Who are all like pretty much confirmed to go because their contract's up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, obviously for Adrian, it's just a case of his time's up, innit? His contract's up. Makes no sense to renew it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about you, Anton?
Adrian, he definitely can go. He can go and play in that Kings League with PK, bro. I think he'd be good in the Kings League, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, no. I don't think anyone's going to take him. But you know what? Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's time to move on.
It's time to go,
Ox. Oh my God.
We'll
Ox.
come to him.
Okay, please. I've got so much.
Raphael.
He's got to go. He cost me my Champions League, Premier League double. He's got to go. That performance against Atletico Madrid was enough.
Okay. Obviously, we're doing the goalkeeper. So, Gallagher, I've heard he wants to leave. Do we sell him or do we still keep him? What option do you want, Raphael?
I think I've counted him as good as going. This honestly, especially with the number of teams in the Prem that need keepers, as well as his desire to play more consistently. I think he'll be sold.
Anton?
Gallagher, yeah, the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Loan him out. I like the guy. I would like the guy. So loan him out to another team, maybe a championship team.
Yeah.
Loan him out for me.
What about you, Ryan?
I think if it was me, and obviously the player's opinion didn't come into it, I'd obviously keep him because I think he's a brilliant backup. But I think the likelihood is he's probably going to want to go and play football, isn't he? So I get why, I get Anton's reasons for like loaning him, to try and keep him around the club. However, Banzuna went for like 25 mil, and he's miles better than him. So I think if a club came in and offered 30 to 35 mil. Hard to turn that down, isn't it? Really.
So, if they're going to pay that money, go. I'm sorry if we're on that kind of piece. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Go.
I think that's what you got to use, haven't you? Because Banzuna literally is woeful and went for 25 mil. So, and if you look at it, there's a lot of clubs who are going to need a goalkeeper this summer, and the goalkeeper market's pretty saturated.
Yeah.
He probably goes to nearly the top of the list when he becomes available in the summer.
I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if Spurs try to attempt to see.
Exactly. Like they hooked Lloris at half time, and I've been saying since 2013.
I'll be honest, man. Daniel Levy spending his 45 million P's and bring him over to Liverpool.
So Ryan, what do you think?
He's got to go Costco for a goalkeeper. Goddamn it.
I think he goes. And then I think we sign another GK, probably a similar age profile to Adrian, maybe a little bit younger. And then Yaros probably comes in as the backup goalkeeper next year because he classes as homegrown as well. So I think he probably takes up a homegrown spot.
I think who's Soma? Soma's going to be in the summer as well. Soma, who plays for Bayern Munich, he's out of contract.
In summer.
Guy all day. I'll take him. Yep, 100%.
He'd be one I'd be interested in.
Raphael?
Thingy as well. Timo Horn's available in the summer as well, my friend.
Might as well go for it.
Alisson needs competition, doesn't he, guys? Like, he needs
Yeah, he
someone
does,
strong
he does.
next to him, man.
He
That's
does.
what he needs. Raphael?
I would. I could see a loan, but I would definitely still say sell.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's for his career, isn't it, guys? As well. I mean, you don't want him to be wasted in the bench for the rest of his.
And I think it's the fact that because Bazunu is getting consistent first team time, he's also has the #1 for the national team.
For the national team, yeah, it's true.
And I think Kelleher knows he's better, so he just wants the time to take the #1 spot on the national team.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm going to be moving on to the defense. Okay. Konate. Go on, Ryan.
Oh, Ibu's the future. Ibu's absolutely boss. Like, there's... Yeah, like, he is the centre half for the next 4 to 5 years, and there's no doubt about that.
To be honest, I wouldn't be... I would want them to offer him an extension this year.
Yeah. The only way you sell someone like that is if someone comes in with ridiculous amounts of money. And even then, that's probably only what he's worth. So...
Okay. Everybody agrees? He stays, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He has
next day.
The next defender I'm talking about, majority probably will agree with this one as well, is Matip. What do you think, guys?
I'll take the 10 million.
Go on, Raphael.
I'll sell him. I think I was on the island with this last year. I was saying he had to be sold this last summer. So, like, he definitely has to be sold. Because I also want to stop this trend of just letting players leave for free. I want to recoup something because if that just helps to transfer Kitty at all, like, we need it.
Yeah. What about
do you think there's part of us that needs to, like, come down a little bit with our, with our demands? Like, there's a reason that Phillips and Reece Williams are still at the club. It's because we want 50 fucking million for them, and it's just not attainable.
Yeah.
For Phillips and who?
Reece Williams.
For Reece Williams.
Oh, Reece Williams.
It's just constant like loan moves and exploring them kind of options, isn't it? And to be fair to Nat, if you remember in the last 2 windows, just before he had the opportunity to move on, we got injuries, which made him stick around. But for me, I think Sepp van der Berg takes that fifth centre half role next season. He also classes as homegrown. If someone offers £5 million for these guys, I think we just need to bite the bullet.
Yeah. I would take it. I still hate the fact that we turned Burnley away for $15 million for Nat Phillips. I can't believe it.
I can't believe
Mental.
It doesn't even play. So what's that point keeping him? I mean, Trader says, I can tell you right now, without a doubt, we will win the league next season 100 plus. Oh, okay. If we're that confident, not bad at all. What about you, Raphael? About Matip?
I would sell. I would definitely sell.
Straight, yeah?
I would take. Like I said, I would take the 5. I would take the 10. I would sell. Not even from like a bad perspective. Like, I just think it's time for us to shift in a direction because we need to add another defender. We have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, younger version. Yeah. What about you, Ryan, mate?
I'm the same. I think it's just time to learn to let players' legs die on another team's pitch rather than ours. So brilliant, absolutely fantastic servant for the club. One of the best free transfers we'll ever have. The bloke seems like he's been like an unbelievable personality and character as well. But for him and for the club, I think it's just best for him to go and hang his boots up in Italy or something, or go and play in a slower league where he can get all of the ball. Listen, if Chris Smalling can do it in City A, then I'm sure Joel can.
Sure.
The next player I'm going for is Harvey Elliott, guys. I'll start with you, Anton. What do you think, man?
Harvey Elliott. Keep him around, He loves the club as well. He's a decent player, but he just needs to have some African food to be strong, man. Because the guy's too thin, man. He's too thin.
Yeah.
He's too mager, man. You can do. He's. I'm telling you, if you fell off the building, he'll come down like this, like a feather, man. He's wafer thin, man. He's wafer thin. So he needs some muscle and some pounded yam and some goosey soup, man, because he's too thin, bro. So keep him, please.
Yeah. What about you, Ryan? Would you keep him?
Yeah, definitely. I think he becomes a squad option, doesn't he? And if we carry on with this 3-2-2-3, I think he could do quite well in that right centre mid role. So yeah, I think he is just a squad option. And ultimately as well, players like him, Curtis Jones, you know, they're going to be important next season if we do end up getting Europa League or Europa Conference. So yeah, I agree with Anton. I think he is one of your squad options.
Yeah. Raphael?
I would say keep him because I need a right winger in cup games, and I don't like him in midfield, but I definitely want to keep him.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what's sad about the Harvey Elliott guys? Last season he experienced the same thing. Like in the beginning of the season, he was playing a lot of games, and we wasn't winning a lot. And now, like same thing again. He gets off the team, we'll start winning again. I mean, it's in that right hand side midfield. He's not mobile. He's not mobile enough, man.
Yeah,
he's not.
He's afraid to turn on the ball. And you can't be afraid to turn on the ball.
Especially on that tackle last year, man. So,
exactly.
Yeah, I can understand why.
Trader says sell Kelleher and with a buyback clause. Yeah, I agree with that. I'll take that. 100%. I'll take that. Yeah, so we will keep we'll keep him as a squad option. Let's move on to, Naby Keita. We'll start with you, Raphael.
Yeah, he's got to go. Hey. That's another one where you got to question the birth certificate, man, because I like the way he plays football, but he just don't run. He plays like he ate too much food before the game. Like, just don't run.
Okay. We'll get rid of him for you. Ryan, what do you think, mate?
Yeah, I think he just leaves on a free, doesn't he, when his contract's done? I think the club were probably interested in renewing it before the start of this season, and then, I think we have learned from our mistakes. So yeah, I think like Ox and Milner, I think he just runs it out.
Anton?
Keita. Sorry, hospital man.
Yeah.
Hospital. I should go hospital. The guy Band-Aid. I swear he went to international football and he got injured on the plane. I swear he did. He didn't even play the game.
That was...
No, please go. I know there's a big loss of the money, but please go. Please. Please. I think we should give him £10 to go. He's terrible, man. Terrible. He was a decent footballer. Don't get me wrong, he's a decent footballer. Yeah. But it's not consistent enough. It's not consistent enough, man. I see some worldies. Remember we scored that volley with the left foot?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
That was a boy. Not a lot of people can do that.
Another moment that sums up his time at Liverpool is that volley on the left foot, and then that Trivela in the Champions League final. Oh my gosh, that was a terrible shot. Like
no comment.
It was on the outs. It was trying to hit it with the outside of his right foot, and it went left.
Do you know in the final, Henderson did something like that? He did a side volley. Tell me you saw that. It was so woeful. I was like, bro, why did you try that? Why? Embarrassing.
The desperation versus the
you're lucky I'm not in that squad. I would have said, Hendo, what are you doing, bro? You haven't got that in your locker, bro. Get back and start running and talk and do the talking. Stop that nonsense, man. You can't do them things there. Never can you do them things there. 1 in a million chance you're gonna hit that. You ain't got no technique, bro.
It's bad. The next player is a mystery player. He's becoming a myth at Liverpool Football Club. That's the young kid Carvalho, man. What are we gonna do with him, Raphael? What are we gonna do, man?
Oh man, I personally want to keep him with the system change because I think on paper he quote unquote would fit into the left side center mid role. But I think the way that left side center mid shifts up into the front line, kind of in the same line with Mo, and if it's Gakpo or sometimes the left winger, I think he would thrive in that because I think that they're depending on the profile of midfielders we buy in the summer, we can instead of playing so asymmetrically where we're like right side dominant.
Yeah,
we can shift the profile and start playing a little bit differently through the left side, depending on who's playing left wing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about you, Ryan? What do you think of him, man? You can see when he's on the bench, he's not happy. You can see everybody can see that. You know what I mean? Let's be honest.
I mean, listen. First of all, if you've got a player who's on the bench and they're happy, then they probably should be playing for Liverpool Football Club. But you know, I like him. I think he's a brilliant little technician. I think maybe the Premier League has been a step too far for him in the sense of, you know, if he was ready for it or not. And I think if the club had a hindsight, they'd have probably brought him in and then loaned him back to Fulham for this Premier League season. Yeah. But it's hard to sign the young player of the Championship and know how much quality he's got and know what his potential is and not want to keep him around to have a look at him. And I think now, unfortunately, after us getting knocked out of the League Cup and the FA Cup quite early doors, he's now unfortunately in a situation where we have to win as many football games as we possibly can, but he needs games to gain rhythm, and we can't offer that right now. So I think Fabrizio Romano mentioned it the other day that we're looking at a loan move for him next season. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if he went back to Fulham on loan next year. Got used to the speed of the Premier League, you know, really tried to develop himself, and then again it just, you know, comes back and kicks on from there. But I don't think the club has got any intentions on giving up on him yet. I think you'd be foolish to.
So you both keep him, you and Rafael?
Yeah, I think I'd loan him out personally.
Yeah. Same, loan him out.
Yeah, Trader says, you guys ever seen Glass with Samuel Jackson?
Oh, this is sick.
That's for you.
Oh yeah, Samuel Jackson for cool. Sure. That's definitely his cousin, man. For sure.
That's his agent.
The guy from Glass. Yeah, for sure. It's got to be someone, a relative. It's got to be something, man, because this guy's Glass. This guy's again. What? How could you get injured on the plane, bro? This is madness.
Not only that, his attitude doesn't help either, guys. Like, he doesn't look like a guy who's determined to, you know, stay at Liverpool, if you know what I mean. He looks like a guy who just wants to leave, wants to go elsewhere. Big up, Ryan, mate. Big up, man. Thanks for coming on, bro. Yeah, so we're gonna go to Nat Phillips. Anton, what do you think of him, bro? How do we?
Naldini.
Yeah.
Oh, Naldini. You know what? Yeah, if we get a 15 million again, we're gonna have to bite that hand off, man. Take him, please. Yeah. I don't think because he's not been playing. Yeah. I don't think we can command that 15 million. I think they got argument for like 5 million, and we can't say no. But I think just sell him, please. Sell him. He's a good guy. He did his thing for us. You know what I mean? And so
I
think the gift would be.
I feel for him in a kind of way, like, you know, that season when we qualified for the Champions League, we finished third.
Yeah.
I thought he was outstanding. I thought he was the leader.
I thought he was.
You know what I mean? He reminded me a bit like a John Terry kind of defender, like not much ability other than you know winning the ball and being aggressive at the same time as well. That's how I saw him. I was gutted for him that he didn't have opportunities as well. You know what I mean? In a centre back position, I would have picked him over Gomez. Gomez is the right.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's time to 100%. Go, in my opinion. What about you, Raphael, man?
I would deal with him as fifth choice center back, and I say that like as fifth choice with Gomez as fourth. But the thing with Nat Phillips is his ability is pairing dependent. If he's with a center half that's better than him, he's fine. But you can't put him with the Matip or Gomez.
Yeah.
Or Reece Williams.
No, yeah. They just like it doesn't profile well. You can play him. He will be fine with Konate, and you can also play him with Verge.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with keeping him, but like Anton said, if we get a 5-10, I'm packing your bags, bro. Like,
yeah.
That's just the way it is.
I'll clean his boots for him.
It's time to go. I've got to be real, guys. You know what I mean? He's wasting his career now. He's not even getting a game. He's not even getting a substitute appearance. You know what I mean? What more you need, like, other than... Like,
is he not playing for the under-23s or anything?
No. I haven't seen him on there.
They've got a
picking up
few
keys.
young center backs that they rate. They signed a young center back who's 21 that Southampton released, and then they got a few center backs that they may want to bring up too.
Yeah. Trader says loan Elliott to Burnley, newly promoted team should be good for his development. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? I think it will destroy his confidence mentally. You know what I mean? Because he's already been on loan to Blackburn, hasn't he, guys? And he come back.
Yeah,
from
true.
You know, you can't keep doing that to players. Like, I mean, I think like one loan spell was good, and now he needs to like be comfortable in the team and try to get back in his position. But like Raphael, what you said, bro, if we can't get a right winger, he'll be good competition on that right hand side for Salah.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. Yeah. If you loan him out, there's a very good chance that he's not playing in midfield where he's loaned out at. He's playing as right wing.
Exactly. And
that's the thing. So I see the loan option as something for sure.
Yeah.
But I think if he plays right wing, it's kind of useless because we need the depth. I don't think he's going to play center midfield anywhere else.
No.
If he's getting bopped off the ball the way he is in the Prem, the championships is just as rugged.
Yeah, true. It's true.
It's true. Yeah. Obviously, we're gonna keep him as a squad player. All right, guys, this is gonna be the big one. Henderson, what we're gonna do, Raphael?
So this is what we got to do. We have to pray with all our might that Sunderland get promoted.
Yeah.
And they want to bring Henderson back. And I will take 8 million P's to get him out the club.
Yeah.
That's just. But I know he's going to be a keep for now because if you've read Intensity by Pep Linders, they really enjoy the connection that they have with Hendo and Milner to also keep a very good pulse on what the deal is in the locker room.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Squad morale is important, isn't it, guys? So.
Yeah. So I think he'll end up staying even though.
Titles, yeah. Sorry, go on, Raphael.
I said I think he'll end up staying even though I want Sunderland to come in and buy him. I think Sunderland or maybe West Ham.
Yeah, I think so as well. What about you, Anton, mate?
I will keep the bread and butter sandwich. Man. I'll keep him because he's a voice in the team. You know, he's not really the best player, but he's a voice in the team, positive voice in the team. Yeah. I'll keep him just every now and again, sporadic games playing, but keep him in the team. He'd be like the Milner team. Get rid of Milner. I'm sorry, Milner. I love you, bro.
Yeah.
We need to go. But yeah, he'd be that guy, you know what I'm saying? That's just around the team, just play now and again, play right back and fill in for me. I don't think he should be in first team. Personally.
Redbird says free Carvalho.
Free Carvalho. Free Carvalho.
Free Carvalho and free Calvin Ramsey.
With Henderson, guys, with me, I've always been a fan of his. I mean, I knew his skills are limited. I know he hasn't got a lot, but it's his energy and his
attitude,
desire, and his attitude, to work hard. Especially with that time when Clint Dempsey was available, and Liverpool tried to swap him, and he said no, I want to compete for my position in the team, and he never looked back. You know what I mean? So I look at things like that, and Milner is probably not going to play next season, so you're probably going to get rid of him. So we need an experienced player in the locker room that will, motivate these players around, the club, especially the new players that's going to come in. And he could be a backup for Fabinho in that number 6 role as well. I mean, games. We could still have him for things like that. So I say keep him around for now, but I understand where people are coming from with his ability and all that stuff, if you know what I mean. Milner, guys, Anton, Milner, do you want to keep him or get rid of him?
Oh, yeah, I think he's going to get an extension, but I would say goodbye, man. Cut our losses and tell him to go back to Leeds and that. Be a coach or something. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, I think he's already started his coaching badges now.
Yeah,
go for it. He's helping with some of the under-9s. Yeah. But I think that's part of the actual contractual agreement with Milner is that Liverpool, he stays at Liverpool, they pay for help get some of his coaching badges.
Yeah.
And help him get the time on the pitch.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
But I think it makes sense. He just transition to under-9s, under-10s coach and get his badges.
Yeah.
Trader says, here's a question for you guys. Would you include Elliot in a package for Mount? I don't think Chelsea will take him anyway.
I don't think Chelsea would take him anyway, but I also think that include him in that package is honestly diminishes his value. Because I think for the right buyer, we could get about 30 mil for Elliot.
Yeah.
100%.
The next player I'm going to go for is Joe Gomez. So we know majority of the players are going to stay, so I'm not going to bother with that. I'm going to go, obviously, for the players that we're unsure about, if you know what I mean, Rafael. Because it's too long, going through the list. The next player I'm going for is Joe Gomez, guys. Rafael, take it away, brother.
I say keep him as a squad option right back when we need to shore up late in games. And 4th option center half. Yeah. I'd say keep him though.
Yeah, I said the same. What about you, Anton? Are you different?
I'll say keep him. Keep him, but how old is he now?
I think he's 25. And you know what hurts is he signed the extension in the fall, so he's on the books to 2027.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, I'll keep him. Keep him and deputy right back maybe.
No more centre back, guys.
Because his decision making is poor, and I feel like he's 25, but he's still playing like he's 17, just coming on.
Yeah.
What kind of what I mean? Like not a wonder kid, like a big kid. Like he's decent. He's a decent guy, decent centre back. How old is he? Oh, he's 25. No, he's not. 25. If we didn't know him, we were scouting him. Yeah, you will see him as, he's a big kid, isn't he? How old is he? Yeah, 25. No. You think he was? Yeah, the way he plays, the way his mannerism. He should be like mature in his game. I feel like he's immature in his thinking.
Yeah,
I think he's still quite young.
You see that Walcott. Anton. Look at the past.
Yeah. He reminds me of Walcott. See, Walcott was a young player for how many years? For about 10 years, man.
Most of his career,
yeah. Young player coming on. Walcott, oh my God, he's brilliant. How old is he? Oh, he's 30. Oh, yeah.
Sounds like Lingard.
Yeah, sorry, that's for me. That's what I thought for me. But I feel like, definitely keep him. But,
so
never send it back.
If you get a good package for him, Rafael Anton, like, say 30 million or something like that, would you?
30 million? Yeah. Oh, yes, please.
He's 25.
The only reason why I was saying keep him is to help recoup his value, but you are spot on. I think Newcastle and a Villa would be really good for him.
Sniffing around him, someone like that.
30 million. 100%.
Redbird says, give Hendo to Sunderland.
Yes, Redbird, you know this.
Give,
for that. So we'll keep Gomez. The next player I'm going for is a player I think everybody agrees, probably, it's Oxlade-Chamberlain. Anton, go for it, brother.
Ox. Well, if Kate is hospital, who is this? What is this guy? He's deceased, bro. He's deceased, bro. He's deceived. Missing in action. MIA.
Yeah.
Missing in action all the time. Do you know what? Tell the truth. If I was him or his representatives or his dad, I was saying, son, let's just cut the Liverpool tie, man. I'm sorry, man. We're just taking their money, man. You're not doing anything to give back what you've done. Yeah. What you're there for. You're not giving anything. All the money you're taking in. How much is getting? 130k?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
As soon as he's walked through the door.
Bro, he's not giving nothing back, man.
I don't know.
I'll be giving all his money to Liverpool charity. I'm telling you, it's terrible. He's gotta go, bro. But where's he gonna go to? No one's gonna buy him, so no one's. I think like a semi-pro club might come in for him. I'm telling you, not even top tier. I'm telling you, he's really bad.
It's sad how that career went, though, guys. Don't you think, like, when he started off so good at Liverpool, like with his like movement from that field, with his running ability with the ball, powerful runs, with the shots outside the box, you know what I mean, and working up and down. I remember him in that game against Man City away in the Champions League. He was
See, this is what I tell people all the time. I love Ox with 21. I hate him on 15. Because when he first came into the team, he was wearing 21. He was
cool. So and then Sturridge when he took the number,
what is with that number, guys? Have you guys noticed? Patrick Berger, Sturridge. You know what I mean? How many players have took that number and they all always been injured? Am I seeing it wrong here? Or?
Bro,
maybe it's just it must be a bogey number, man.
Man, it has to be a bogey number.
Trader says whenever we go for our summer camp, can we just leave Hendo behind?
What's funny, I was on a brink of like summer camp.
Yeah.
I hate if Ox didn't get injured in camp, he would have been sold. And I partially blame Jurgen Klopp for bringing him on the preseason tour when he's in the shop window. Because Borussia Dortmund was in form, West Ham were in form. We had options. He could have just went. I agree with him, Redbird.
Millie will be a coach for under 9s. Yeah, I think it's time, innit? It's time, Millie, just go on, man. I don't know about you guys, but do you guys get upset whenever he comes on as a sub, or is it just me, man? When Milner just comes on off the bench, I keep thinking, we're still wheeling him out there, man. Just let the guy go. Bring the other players who's supposed to be the future on.
I only get scared if the referee is quick with the cards, because I cannot tell you over the past 3 years. Like, man, you are so close to getting a red. Wow. And the last one where I was just like, we got out of it was last season against City. When he stuck his leg out against Foden, oh my God.
Oh.
That was, depending on the ref, that's a straight red.
Oh, it's true.
Trader says, we have to keep Joe, unfortunately. I think I just had a stroke saying that.
Stroke saying that, wow.
Wow. Well, in the last bits, guys, what about Simicast? What's your opinion, Anton, on Simicast, bro?
It was good way it lasted, man.
Me and Raphael held in spaces, people saying get rid of him now, innit? They said he doesn't get enough time on the pitch. He doesn't do a lot anymore compared to last season. What do you think, Dan?
You know what? When he first came, I thought it looked like he was a better football player than Robbo. Though I'm saying the defender, but he was a better football player in other positions. When he got into the right hand, when he was on the left hand side and he was forced on his right, he would use it easily. He wouldn't even think about it. He would just pass it easily, and even cross it. Remember, he'd come back on his right a couple of times and used it to cross it in.
He's 240,
yeah. And I thought, but he's not pushing Robbo, man. I don't think he's pushing Robbo. I thought he's happy to stay where he's at, man. So no, I like the guy. Scored a winning penalty as well against Chelsea and that. But yeah, if it was up to me, I'd say, look for another team. But if you can't keep him, let's say I'll see it as that. But try and look for someone else who's gonna fight for the place.
Yeah, I think that's what Robertson needs. Like we spoke in the beginning of the stream, we were saying Robertson has got no competition, and he looks like he's tired all the time now.
Yeah, of course.
He's whenever he turns up now, innit? It's not like consistency anymore with Robertson. That's the
Because it's the Gegenpress. It's that Gegenpress. It's killed all the players. It's killed the players. They needed rejuvenation, man. They needed players to back up and do the same kind of running as them.
Exactly.
And we didn't get that, man.
Yeah. Rafael Simicaz?
Yeah, I think he should. I think he should go. But not for left back reasons, but also preserving Virgil reasons. Because when you start to think about the way our fullbacks play, we put a lot of stress on our central defenders. And another left back that can challenge Robo was good, but to also someone who's just more astute defensively, so we're not running Verge out on that left-hand channel consistently. And I think that also it'll help shift the dynamic of how we, depending on how we want to shift the team. Do we want a left back that can fit as a left side of that front three? Back three?
Yeah.
Or do we want someone who is kind of going to be creative, almost similar to training capacities? And I'm not sure how we want to either balance out our team or become more asymmetric.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. With Simicaz, I think he's just wasted being at Liverpool, and I think he's had his good times. I don't think he's going to get any further than what he is. The thing that angers me more than anything with Simicaz is when he plays games, even when he plays well, Klopp doesn't trust him to play a game. You know what I mean? He plays one game.
Yeah, he plays him again. Yeah.
He doesn't play. We don't see him for months. I mean, it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. Redbird says Ox sell, though I don't think we will get much for him. I think his contract ends at the end of the season, doesn't it?
There's no way getting no money through him. If we sell him tomorrow, we're not getting no money through him.
I think his contract ends at the end of the season. I don't think.
If the transfer window is open today, and we put Ox in the market, a team can easily say, we'll give you £10. We couldn't say no. £10, I'm telling you. 10.
I don't read that one.
Sorry.
I don't read that.
30 million for Gomez.
Tax,
Wait a minute. 30 million for Gomez. Wait a minute. Are you guys smoking oregano? Who's paying 30 million for Bambi? Listen, mate. Listen. Who's paying 85 million for what's his name? Maguire. Bro, 85 million.
I was in the United Space the other day. They said Man United drove 80 million pounds down to Leicester. All they got was a refrigerator.
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. The final one is Thiago. I know we talked about him. What do we do with Thiago next season, guys? Because he's only got 1 year left.
Like Raphael said,
keep him around for if we get regular midfielders there for luxury reasons, as we supposed to originally anyway. I mean, so if we make those signings next season, so we keep him up. So we keep him around for that, Raphael.
Oh yeah, I say give him a 1 year extension with the club option for 2.
Yeah. Anton.
I'm 100% concur with that one.
Big up, bro. Big up.
100%.
Because I always said that with Thiago, I can't get rid of him just yet, man. Experienced, isn't it? He could teach a lot to these players that's coming through as well in the future. And I think, guys.
Yes.
Honestly.
He's a winner. He's a born winner. Yeah. So majority of the players that's on there, like Trent, Alisson, Nunes, Fabinho, Diaz, Firmino. We're gonna have an appreciation day for Firmino if you guys are up for it. We celebrate him. We'll all have our favourite moments of him. Everybody gets something on there. We're gonna do that. So I'm not gonna put Firmino in there because he's done too much for this club for us to
Yeah,
put him
come
on
on.
there. You know what I'm saying? He
Oh,
sacrificed his game for Liverpool Football Club, and
Yeah.
we appreciate him more than anything, man. That guy. Yeah. Yeah. Majority of those players, I think they're gonna stay anyway. Seth Vandenberg is gonna come back from loan. Apparently, he's had a good loan from what I've heard.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've got for you guys. So you can see the players we want to sell.
Yeah.
Well, get rid of and sell, whatever it is. Adrian, Gallagher, Matip, Navigator, Phillips, Milner, Tsimikas and Oxlade. Those are the players that have to go out the door. So if you get rid of those players, guys, it frees up space for financial power, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course.
That's what we've got to look at. So if we free up those spaces, not only we could buy a player,
There's a whole heap of money
give them
there.
wages as well, new wages, isn't it?
There's a
So,
whole heap of money
yeah.
there, man.
yeah.
There's a whole heap of millions there.
It's not as if we'll just be shifting the money too, but we're getting rid of contracts that were of guys that were on 130, 150, 170,
Yeah.
and shifting it to guys to be on 40, 50, 60.
Yeah.
And so like we save so much money. And depending on how we finish this year, that's gonna be crucial for if we get Champions League, if we don't get Champions League. So
Yeah, guys,
Yeah.
that's me done for now. I'm gonna be back tomorrow for the preview show around 2:30, regular slot I'll do here. Where did I find you, Mr. Raphael?
man, you can find me on Twitter. I'm always in and out of spaces. I run halftime spaces every now and then, but you can always find me at Big Guy T on Twitter.
Nice one, bro. What about you, Anton?
You know me, Antos01 on I'm on Twitter as well, but I think it's one of them ones that I'm sure you can find it somewhere. And on Instagram, 01 Antos01, you can find me there, man. But you know what I want to say? I would love if I was Klopp right now. I say, bro, I'm keeping Thiago for another year and a bit. But I'll say this summer, say, Jones, you're not going on holiday. You go, why? You're going on holiday with Thiago. You're going to stay with Thiago, bro. And just try and learn some shit, bro. Because you're not learning enough, man, for me. You need to learn some more, man. Losing the ball too often. But he's done well, like I said, in the last post we were talking about. Yeah. He's done well in the last couple of games. Yeah. But the last game just went, yeah, he's back to his best again. Best dreadful. You know what I'm saying? So he needs some help, bro. He needs some help. I will keep him, but we need some help. An arm around the shoulder and say, look, son, come with me. I'll show you how to play ball, bro. Because he leaves the ball way too much for me. Anyway, that's me. Foz?
Yeah. Big up, bro. Let me just read the comments before we go.
Go.
Trader says, bro, Joe Gomez has a better chance at winning Love Island, man.
Oh, oh, that's cold. What would that beard? That beard there. Oh, no.
Yeah.
What's them people then? What they don't really associate with the world and that, and they just live simple. They ain't got no electricity or anything.
Oh,
what are they called again?
Amish.
Yeah, bro. Amish. He moves like them, bro. He's got the same kind of beard like them. All he's missing is the hat and that. I'm telling you, he moves
Amish
like them.
People, the Dutch Amish.
Amish, yeah.
Oh,
he's a black Amish, bro. He's got a beard for it as well. I can see him in that film Wicker Man. I can see him. He's one of them guys who's working in the fields. Yeah, it's weird. I see him. That's what I see him. I'm thinking, wow.
Amish.
Black Amish.
I trust Millie more than Hoofman, which is Henderson. Just shows how Spurs, our squad is good.
Spurs.
Squad is of good players.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. He's better. He's a better player than
technical
Henderson.
ability doesn't go with age, which is why I'm willing to give Thiago that extension.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is Henderson can't play the Milner role.
No,
he can't.
He can't.
You know, with
Henderson,
Milner, he's better like a technical player than Henderson. That's the difference. You know what I mean?
100%, 150%.
Milner's aggressive. You know, when he comes on, he puts himself about.
100%.
That's what I like
100%. Henderson's a good guy, but he's so limited. Yeah. He's so limited, man.
Football Sanctuary says, "Yo, big up, fellas. Sorry, I'm late. That's okay, man. I mean, we're all trying our best in it. That's what it's all about, man.
That's right.
Yeah, Thiago has to stay. Forgot Ox contract's up. Yeah, he's gone, mate. He's gone.
I'll chip in with 50p. 50p. Yeah,
Oh,
man. He's terrible, man. He's terrible.
There you go, man.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He did well for his time,
Yeah.
but
It's
not enough time though. Not enough time.
Guys, we're gonna be doing another shows soon. I'm gonna do a review after the Chelsea game if you guys are up for it, and the next day, so we could do something together. And next weekend I'm off, so we could do more shows. If you guys have your own things, you could bring up as well, and we could talk about the team and all that stuff. Yeah. All right. Time to go, guys. Thanks for coming on. Honestly, thank you for coming
Raphael,
on. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you, Anton.
Buzz, I'll see you soon, bro.
Take care, guys. Take care.
All the best, man.
Take care.
Bless.
Take care, Anton.
Cool.
Thank you for coming
Bye.
on, guys. Appreciate that. Yes, people. That's the show done, man. That's the show done. Appreciate everyone that came on. I know, like, it's late and it's not the normal 2:30 I do and all that, but we're gonna try and mix it up in the future, and all of us enjoy it at the same time. Raphael, just hang on a second. I'm gonna meet you up, and we're gonna like even share the channel around with other people to come and host as well. So much appreciated. Sorry if I didn't read all the comments. And yeah, I'm back anyway. 2:30 tomorrow. We'll do the preview show. Liverpool versus West Ham, I believe. So we'll go on that, and then we could discuss some more stuff as well. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Take care, everybody.